Welcome back to another Two-Gun Pixie Gaming Radar. Today's game is brought to us by Grand Gamers Guild. This is a game for 2 to 5 players, ages 13 and up, should take 60 to 90 minutes. And the title of this game? Endangered, a game of survival. The march of humankind's progress has threatened the survival of many species. It's up to you and the team to save them. Work with your fellow conservationists to save species, such as tigers and sea otters, from extinction. Influence the UN ambassadors to pass a resolution protecting the animals and stopping environmental destructions. If 4 UN ambassadors vote yes on the resolution, then the players win. But until the vote takes place, players need to keep the destruction at bay and keep the animals alive. Each turn, players will roll the dice that they can allocate to action cards. However, the die placed to take an action must be larger than the one previously placed, or the card is locked to that player. After actions are taken, mating pairs will have a chance to procreate, and destruction tiles will enter the board, possibly killing already scarce animals. Then the active player chooses who will go next. Play as the zoologist, philanthropist, TV wildlife host, lobbyist, or environmental lawyer, each with a special ability that affects gameplay. Time is short. Can the animals be saved while also influencing the ambassadors' votes? Or will the threatened animals be lost forever? Now, overall, this is a great gaming concept. It's not the first time it's actually been done, but this seems to be a very nice updated version of taking the concept of trying to spread knowledge about endangered species and what we can do and what we need to do to help protect these animals. This sends a great message. First of all, I think this game is a great family game, and I think it's a great teaching game as well. There's an aspect to the game that the publisher didn't mention in the blurb, and that's that the game comes with some basic modules that you're able to sort of plug into the game. Each module is going to have a different setup for the board because it's going to have different needs for the game to evolve and eventually end. And I think that's a really nice touch because it's going to bring this unlimited sense of replayability to the game. There's a certain amount of management that goes in with this game. I enjoy that mechanic, and in this case, the managing of the species and trying to keep them alive. Now, the game also has the other aspect that you are trying to influence people's opinions, the ambassadors, the UN ambassadors in this case. So you sort of have these 2 different games going on at once that you have to keep your head about, because you have to have both of them maintained. You have to be able to continue managing the species while at the same time managing the UN ambassadors. As with all cooperative games, there's going to be a balance that you're going to have to find at the table while running the characters. Which ones are going to work best together? Which are going to synergize best together? I enjoy games where the playable characters that you're able to choose from all have separate abilities, things that bend or possibly even break the rules just for them. It definitely brings something to the game that is hard to explain if you don't have that in the game. It takes the game to another level, and I really enjoy that this game has included that mechanic. The use of dice to allocate cards is a tricky component to a game, but when you add in the fact that you can only advance, that you can never throw one down that is less than the one before, that's when your strategy really changes, because everything has to be paid attention to very, very closely. How you're going to work this out, because how is it going to advance? It can only advance in one direction, and you can never go back. And that does lead to some tactical thinking. If you fail to get 4 ambassadors at the UN to vote in your favor by the 2nd year in the game, you're going to lose. You also have a possibility of losing if you get down to 0 or 1 animals left on the board, or if you just can't place another deforestation tile because you've run out. There are multiple ways to lose the game, so you have to keep on point literally from beginning to end in this game. In my opinion, if you're looking for a really great family-friendly game, one that's going to teach about protecting the environment, protecting animals, the importance of it, I think that this is a game that you're going to want to look at. It's a game that you may very well put on your gaming radar, so please check out Endangered.